You're listening to the baddest show on the planet. Get your money right, get your game right, and everything in between. This is the Bad Ombre Podcast.
Welcome to the Bad Hombres podcast. We go back a couple of years now. I think, my channel is about helping people become bad hombres, right? Whether it's fitness, martial arts, money, whatever, that's my idea, is to help people, become a bad hombre like that. Obviously, everybody needs money and everybody needs, it's nice if everybody gets to work for themselves. You work for yourself, but we have some things that I learned a lot from you, because in my business, we do a lot of marketing and email marketing. But if you want to tell them who you are, who's Alvaro, where you from, and what you do, brother, and then we can dive into what you do, because there's so much to go over.
So Alvaro Sanchez, 19 years old, born and raised in Madrid, Spain, and been in this, let's say, business world or entrepreneur world, or however you want to call it, since I was 14 years old, maybe.
Wow.
More or less. Pre-COVID, I was doing some Shopify e-commerce things, and of course it failed because you know nothing and you start doing everything and you believe every single thing that you see on YouTube, and nevertheless, fast forward a few years, I learned email marketing, which is basically my main skill right now and the main thing that I do and I help businesses with. And in my opinion, the best, as I say, the most cost-effective marketing that exists, especially for the B2B industry, of course. So that's more or less what I do, and I help companies make a bunch of money and book a bunch of sales meetings with qualified people through email marketing, through cold email marketing. And it's been a ride. I've worked with big companies, small companies, and every single one of them is a new project and a very a piece of art that you need to calculate everything and understand the human behavior and so on. So it's nice for sure.
That's the part that a lot of people don't understand, especially tech guys. It's understanding human behavior and how predictable but also unpredictable it could be. Why email marketing for you? What was it about email marketing that got you so interested and so devoted to it?
It's simple. I started an agency like everyone, the thousands of paid marketing agencies that exist, and I was just doing paid ads for people, and it wasn't not worth it. It was good, but I didn't know how to manage everything. The ROAS was maybe 2, but maybe it was I was not professional about it. And then a guy called Levy, which actually runs the biggest community of email marketing in Europe. He's a great guy. And he told me, the minute that he told me, look, I'm booking meetings for 50 cents if you make the calculation with CEOs of Fortune 500 companies.
Wow.
Just with cold email. And that piques your curiosity, and you start thinking, well, how that guy does it, and fast forward a few years, I learned that I booked meetings for clients of mine that those meetings were worth 80K or 100K one meeting.
Yeah, of course.
And that if you do the math, it's 50 cents for each meeting, or one euro. So of course that it's the most cost-effective marketing, but of course it's just in the B2B industry, because you need to target businesses, and for customers directly, it's not that worth it unless you have, of course, a database of clients.
Right. But I don't picture Apple doing B2B marketing,
It's correct. If you're a customer of Apple, of course they can send you newsletters and so on, but it's not cold email, it's marketing.
That's interesting. Man, because if you think about it, you can have a meeting with Grant Cardone, he'll charge you $80,000 for an hour, but the right email with the right copy,
exactly,
and landing on the right inbox, that's an art. Like you said, it's an art.
Correct.
It's a lot of moving parts that go into that world, into that space. So for somebody who's never even worked on this, maybe they use MailChimp or Constant Contact or something, and that's the whole idea about email marketing. How actually, if you want to break it down, maybe to somebody who's never been exposed to this before, whether it's for their business or for them to start their own agency.
I always like to say that email marketing is for a car, and email marketing as of what it is the car, but you need to have the motor, you need to have the engine, you need to have everything to make the car function and work. And in email marketing, you need to have the correct offer. You need to have the correct landing page. You need to have the correct domain health. You need to have the correct system, the correct sequences. It's a whole ecosystem that you need to build in order to make the email marketing work. Email marketing is just the consequence, but really it takes a lot of wheels to turn and a lot of things to change and to optimize and to test to make email marketing work. So the most basic explanation that I can give is you cannot do email marketing with MailChimp, for example. You need to leverage AI as much as possible, and nowadays we have a lot of AI tools that lets us send thousands of emails per day, all of them landing in the inbox, 100% of them with to exactly the email that you want and very personalized and so on, with softwares like smartlead.ai, for example, which is the one I usually use. And I always recommend to buy, for example, at the beginning 5 domains, because if there's one key to email marketing, is to leverage quantity and quality, meaning that you don't just need to have a very personalized email and a very precise email to a very precise type of ideal customer, but you also need to have the quantity. You need to send a lot of emails of that type, because at the end of the day, sales is a numbers game. If you like it or not, sales is a numbers game. And the more sales letter or the more offers that you have and the more emails that you send, the more meetings you're gonna book. That's how it is. So you need to have a bunch of domains and a bunch of accounts in each domain, and send 30 to 40 emails per account, per domain, and that should make like 1,000 emails per day, more or less, just main emails. But of course, a good email marketing sequence has like 3 or 4 emails per sequence. So it's one email in day 1, and then if they don't respond, one email in day 3. If they respond, you send another message. So there's a lot of moving parts, and like I mentioned before, it's like an art, and you need to know a lot of things from a lot of subjects. But if you know the right people and if you know how to leverage these AI tools and these softwares that I mentioned, email marketing can be a game changer in any B2B company, really.
Yeah. I mean, I got a little bit into it, but compared to what I'm just like a red belt, I guess. Obviously better than a white belt, but you're the black belt. I'm not. I'm better than a white belt, but I'm not a black belt like you. Because you really, and I think the biggest thing that you have that I like the most was probably the copy. And I think it's because you've done it so much and you've done so many reps. It's all about reps, right? And you pay so much attention at what works and what doesn't work that you just know exactly what's gonna spark curiosity and make them click on the booking links or make them reply to the emails. What's your methodology or your approach to writing this copy?
Like you mentioned, it's just reps. I mean, if you write 100 BSLs per month, so 100 BSLs letter, for the ones that don't know what that is basically like a landing page, but that works for you 24/7. So it's like a sales rep that works for you 24/7. So most people in the B2B industry, they have like a very fancy landing page and with a lot of buttons and a lot of things, and that's cool, but it's not effective. That's not effective at all. You want to have a sales rep that works for you 24/7, and that's really selling. Okay, you don't want to have a lot of text that's inefficient and a lot of about us and so on. And really what I always recommend is big title, a video explaining what you do, how you do it, a good video edited with a Google Docs if you want, whatever, and then a good button, book a meeting with us, and then you can put case studies, of course, you can put a little bit about us, but simple, going to the point, going straight forward to what you do. Because when you put a lot of things in a landing page, for example, you lose people, you lose them, and you want to be effective with the traffic that you have. So I mean, that's the thing. But regarding what you mentioned, I think really the copy is just reps, and once you get into the idea of how humans work and why demand works and why people want what you offer, it's just selling to that problem. So it's just creating a copy that resonates with the people that you're writing the copy to, mentioning their problems, mentioning why they have their problems, and why your offer or why your product or your service solves that problem. That's the main thing.
When you're writing your copy, are you do you have any cognitive biases in mind that as you're writing it, you're thinking about social proof, scarcity, reciprocity. There's a lot of cognitive biases. When I write my copy, for example, I think of all these things that can trigger that. Even when I'm on the phone, you know, I rather than say you should do this, a lot of our clients are going with this option, so we add this, or like, you know, loss aversion being one of them. The cost of not using my product, it could cost you thousands of dollars, whatever. So I don't know, there's over 20 cognitive biases, and whenever I'm writing, I always try to use them. So is that something that you use on your copy as well?
Correct. And as you well mentioned, I think that you need to study well to whom you're writing the offer to, because some type of profiles may resonate with one of them, or some type of profiles will resonate with another of them, you know. And
so true.
And scarcity works sometimes with, you know, more instant type of purchases. But if you're working with Fortune 500 companies and, you know, you're getting 6-month deals, I mean, you're not gonna get it with, hey, we're just hiring, you know, we're just working with 3 companies this month, Nike purchase, you know, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So you need to learn about the people you're reaching out to. But I think that the main basics, and what I always tell people to do, is really understand the problem that they have, and why the thing that you're selling to them solves that problem, but really understand it in a human behavior way. So how do they feel having that problem, and how solving that problem would make them feel? And then you can sell them on that emotion. And people are like human beings are emotional people, and if you know how to trigger that emotion, you're gonna sell them. But you really need to understand the human behavior and you know, the back end of the selling aspect of it. But yeah, the problem and how it solves it, and of course then social proof. So you need to prove people your track, what you do, and to whom you do it, and why should they trust you. And that's why I always recommend a video sales letter, because if they see your face, and if they see your face explaining something, it's going to be much more effective. And if they then see a button to book a meeting with the person that they just saw explain absolutely everything, it's going to be much more effective, you know? Okay,
so walk me through to your average motion. Is email to VSL to booking? Email to VSL with a call to action being the booking?
Correct.
So prior to sending the emails, you would have the VSLs and the landings and the funnels already pre-made. That's kind of like a prerequisite to be a successful marketing campaign.
Correct. I can, even if you want, I can share my screen and show some campaigns that I have. I think that can help.
Yeah, show me. I love the human behavior, because it's so important, even in sales. You know, the quote that I've learned recently is like, don't be a product pusher, be a problem solver.
100%. Yeah.
You know, and you know, how did this make you feel? What would it do for you if we're able to do this? You know, but you're not having this. What would it mean to you if this happens, or whatever?
Yeah, and look, just for context, so some days ago, like 9 days ago, I saw an opportunity in the Latin American market. So in Central America, so in Mexico, and then Colombia and Chile especially. And we saw that there's a lot of B2B businesses that are growing very fast, but they don't have the knowledge on how to grow very fast. And it's like the email marketing phase of US, but in 2018. You know,
that's the good part.
Yeah, and it's now happening in these countries, which is awesome, because now we have the knowledge and we can help them grow much faster than US did, you know, with those systems. And thinking about that 8 days ago, I thought, well, I have the resources, why not try to help, you know, these people and so on. And just with email marketing, we already got in like 6 days, I don't know, 12 meetings more or less. But this is how it works. Okay, so this is smart lead. We send them an email. Okay.
Wow.
So this is the first email. This is the first email with my first initial offer. Okay. Nothing too crazy. No images, of course. Simple with the signature. That's it. Nothing more. Then you have a second email if they don't respond. A third email if they don't respond. Because you may think, why would you send a third email? Because if they didn't respond, it's for something. Well, it's not necessary, because look, after the third email, they told me, yeah, I'm interested in talking with you. Like, here's my calendar, let's book a meeting, you know? But usually my sales process, how it works, I do like this. They tell me, I send them the first email, they tell me that they're interested. And in the call to action is very important, okay? And that's why I told you that a VSL is essential, because a call to action that's saying to the prospect, hey, let's have a meeting. It's very direct, and some prospects may have, a little pushback because they don't know you. It's a cold email. But if you have a VSL, you can change that call to action to, hey, I just recorded a video. I want nothing from you. Can you send you a quick video that I just recorded in which I explain all of this more in detail? Nothing more. And people are going to be much more likely to tell you, yeah, of course, send me the video. Why not? Let's see the video. And you can see, so the call to action. So sounds good if I send you a video that I just explained, that I just recorded, whatever. And then second email, they tell me, yeah, please send me the video.
On a side note, I met you through a VSL, bro. I the first time I saw you, you had a video explaining your what's it called, your affiliate motions that you were doing, but it was through a video, and I thought you blew my mind how knowledgeable you are. So it worked on me, and that's how we met. But yeah, go on.
Exactly. And then you just say, perfect, so here's the video, and you send the website, and that's it. And then they land to the website, and this is the website. It's nothing crazy. So it's the title. You first say for whom it is. So when people enter, they say, okay, it's for B2B businesses in the Hispanic market. Okay, I'm a B2B business in the Hispanic market. Let's keep reading. How I send more than 150 emails, 150,000 emails per month to our B2B clients, whatever. Oh, interesting. Sin incrementar, so without increasing the budget. Oh, interesting. Why I say this? Because it's very cost effective. You just need to pay the agency. You don't need to pay ads, which they're probably paying, or you don't need to pay any, social media manager, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I put some social proof of results that we had, social proof of the efficiency of our domains, and then the video. 40-minute loom in where I explain how I do it. It's nothing crazy. It's a Google Docs. I just read over the Google Docs, and that's it. Nothing crazy. But I tell exactly for whom it is, the problems that they have. I tap into their emotions. I tap into why they feel that way. Everything. So it's human behavior. And then when they finish the video, they most of them just see 2 minutes. It's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But then they have, hey, let's book a meeting with them. And that's it. You have social proof of people that you work with, some more information if they want, and then they click here and it's a calendar, and that's it. And then they book a meeting. So it's a sales rep that works for you 24/7. And that's the main idea of cold marketing, cold email marketing. Having a ecosystem that works for you 24/7.
Yeah, that's so impressive, bro. How are you learning all of these things about human behavior? Because I feel like that's a very special part of this. Is your knowledge on human behavior. Everything else, they're very important tools like Smart Lead. All these are important tools. But how much you know about humans? Did you go to school for human behavioral science, or did you do like NEPQ or anything, or any type of training like that? Because
no,
I have a therapist that I see sometimes when I'm really stressed out, and you have a lot of the same. I've learned so much by doing therapy that I learned how humans work, and I know how to ask for certain things. There's probing questions and consequence questions, all of these things. And I see you talking about that with such knowledge to it. So it almost sounds like you went to school for that.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a very observant person.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to observe. I'm a very introvert individual, so I like to observe people and see how they act. So I think that's natural to me. And also I've went to therapy. I've been to therapy like 5 or 6 years of my life.
Yeah.
In the past. So I think that some things you get from there, and some things, I don't know, become natural.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also I like to study. I like to read books about it. I like to, and also like you mentioned before, reps makes it. So
yeah, reps.
If you do it 100 times, then you start seeing patterns and how people react to certain phrases that you say, and to certain call to actions, and to certain ways that you phrase words, because that's very important. People think that if you say one thing one way and one thing a similar way, it's the same way, and it's really not.
No.
You need to position your words very precisely and be very perspicacious about it, in order to make sure that, you know, the people are receiving your message exactly as how you're imagining to send it, you know, because human interpretation is very different in our minds. We think that if we think something, the other person's gonna interpret it the same way as we do, and really not. It doesn't.
Yeah. That's interesting because when I do sales, a lot of my sales are over the phone. I do a lot of cold calling. At my agencies, we do cold calling, email. A lot of cold outreach is what we do. So cold email is a part of it. But with tonality and everything over the phone is different. So how do you manage that over emails and text? Because even when I'm talking to, like, say somebody, a girl that I meet, a lot of stuff gets lost on text and email, right? So how are you able to, like, make sure you send the right message?
I mean, it's impossible to send them the perfect message, and you need to just accept that reality.
Yeah.
But it's just trying to achieve the most perfect message that you can.
Yeah.
And again, that's going back to the same topic. You need to try to understand the person that you're sending the message to.
Yeah.
If it's a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, you're not gonna tell him, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?"
Yeah.
Of course not. You're gonna, Hey sir, how you doing? Good morning. It's pleasure to meet you. My name is X. And first, sell the proof, of course, because if a Fortune 500 CEO, the first thing that he needs is proof of why he's even reading your email. So you're not gonna start talking about your offer or his problems, because he's not interested in hearing about his problems. He wants, why should he read his email? But it's your email. But on the other hand, if you're sending a message to just, you know, a commercial maybe, or a mortgage broker, whatever, maybe the email's a little bit different. It's more personal. Hey, how you doing, man? I just saw your profile on LinkedIn. It's a pleasure to meet you, whatever. So you need to try to phrase your words and phrase what you're trying to do, what to say, taking into account the person that you're sending the message to.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best.
So, like, knowing your avatar is crucial
Exactly.
before you even write the copy. You have to, like, know who you're sending it to.
Crucial. And also when creating the offer, like, I think the
that
big
too.
problem that people have is not knowing what they're selling to whom they're selling to, and how they're selling to. If people really answered those three questions, they would solve 99% of the problems. But people don't really know to whom they're selling, because I may be selling to food beverage companies, but my offer really can also target, I don't know, financial institutions. And if a financial institution come, I may also serve them. So, you know, that's not good. You need to have a perfect ecosystem in order to make all this work. And it's essential, as you mentioned, for sure.
Yeah. What would you say the cognitive biases that one should leverage if you're talking to a Fortune 500 CEO?
Sorry, you got up here.
Yeah, like what sort of cognitive biases should you leverage when you're trying to reach a Fortune 500 CEO? Because what I do, it's B2C, right? I do B2B to C because my companies are doing B2C, right? So I do like B2C for hire, and because I do like financial, I do loans, I do cars, I do insurance, solar. So I always deal with the person that's using the product. I've never had any experience doing B2B, and let alone a Fortune 500 CEO. So I'm curious what would get their attention.
Look, I had a case a year and a half ago. I was 18 years old. Oh no, I was 17 years old. I was going to turn 18, and I was starting my email business. And one of those emails was the CEO of a very big business here in Madrid, Spain. That's worth like 3 billion euros. And I wrote that email personally when I saw it in the database. And I was thinking, like, how do I explain myself as a 17-year-old to a 3 billion euro CEO that he should read my email? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So I started thinking, and it took me like, I don't know, 7 days to read that email. It was like, I was not gonna send it, then yes. Well, long story short, I sent it, and the first thing that I wrote was just social proof. And I had very little social proof. But I took every single social proof that I had. I tried to leverage in the most professional, concise, and perspicacious way, like the most perfect way possible. And that was my header, my subject line, my grid. Like social proof was absolutely everything. And then a PS line that said, hey, if this is even interesting, just give me 5 minutes of your time and I would not bother you anymore. Like very simple, just social proof, simple, very human, like nothing to critique. And the guy responded.
Nice.
Like it should have not happened, and it doesn't mean that it's always gonna happen. But I think that having social proof and trying to be as human as possible, and trying not to be too salesy and too hard on the sale, just trying to really make people feel that you're trying to help them. Like if people feel that you're trying to sell them and that's it, you're never going to succeed.
No.
But just in selling a car, in having a friend, like in everything in life, if people feel that that you're not being honest and that you're not being truthful and that you're not really trying to help them, it doesn't make sense. So you really need to tap into those emotions, and I think that social proof make it for this type of profiles for sure.
Yeah, it's almost like you're not trying to sell them, you're trying to solve a problem for them.
Correct. That's the point. If you're selling something, it's because you really believe in that thing, and that you really believe in that solves someone's problem. That's why you're selling it in the first place.
And it's something to making people feel like they bought something, not making them feel like they were sold something.
Correct.
That's also a very important part of it. I'm curious, you had a very good system for, we don't have to talk about it, but you had a really good system for affiliates. Is that something that you still do? Because I think that was mind-blowing, and I don't think anybody leverages affiliate marketing as well as you do.
Yeah, we have a software that's launching soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you heard it here first, exclusive. But
yeah, exactly. We started as an agency doing everything manually, and then I just thought, why not just automate everything and make a very big ass software that can help everyone. And yeah, it's been 6 months of development. It's a very, very big project. We're doing a pre-launch in like 1-2 weeks.
Nice.
And the software's launching in 1 month or 2 months, more or less. And yeah, it's gonna revolutionize for sure the marketing industry. Yeah, that's for sure.
Do you want to explain a little bit about your methodology to that affiliate marketing? We don't have to because use your software, but maybe just how it works.
Yeah, for sure. So it's not really affiliate marketing, it's more referral marketing.
Referral marketing, sorry.
And the difference is that affiliate marketing is, like, as we mentioned before, it's the being honest and being truthful and being, sensitive and human about things. Affiliate marketing is just affiliating with a business to make them sell more. Okay. Referral marketing is using your clients to bring more customers. And it's a referral loop in which you bring your clients with incentives, and you incentivize your clients in some ways. You bring them a 10 out of 10 experience and so on and so forth, and you leverage this whole referral process. And then they bring you clients, which of course have a much higher conversion rate, are much more likely to refer other clients, or have a 50% higher lifetime value. So there's a lot of positive things that come from referred clients. And it's a positive loop in which every single person wins. So the business wins gaining clients, the clients wins with the incentives that the business has and helping his brother, sister, friend, colleague, whatever. The colleague wins because they receive the product that they want. I mean, everybody wins. And the marketing industry has never really utilize this and digitalize this whole process. And really, if we look back 20 years ago, digital marketing did not exist. I mean, nowadays we're used to paying big tech companies for visibility, and that's it. But 20 years ago, what really existed, it was referral marketing. So you needed word of mouth, you needed to have a good network, you needed to have your clients very satisfied. That way they could talk to other people and other business owners, and they could know you. You needed to be well known. And all of those referral things and referral aspects needed to be a 10 out of 10 if you wanted to grow a business. But now we have Facebook and Instagram and so on, then you pay for visibility and that's it. And we forget about those basics. But a business, if you want it to really grow in the long term, you need to have those basics well formed and well solidified. Because if not, you're going to lose your clients, you're not going to have a client experience and so on and so forth, that really it's, you know, a very bad look for the business. So really what we're doing here is just creating a software that we think that every single business needs, and a very big part of the software is going to be completely for free, because we really believe in that every single business, whenever they start, they need to use our software that's called Success Loop, because it needs to be like a starting point for every single business. You need to have your client satisfied, you need to know how to build incentives, how to build a community, you need to know all these things. And we don't just sell, let's say, the vehicle, which is the software, and that's very good, but we also sell the roadmap. So we sell the knowledge on how to implement those things. So in the software, we're gonna have a built-in knowledge library in where we have thousands of topics on how to create referrals, how to use human psychology to incentivize people to actually make them refer you, and how to make them, you know, post on Instagram or whatever about your business and so on and so forth, you know. So yeah, it's a big project. We're hyped about it, and we really hope that's gonna help a lot of people and change things. And yeah, for sure, it's gonna be nice.
It's awesome, brother. I honestly, man, I think unless you have the time, if you have a business, unless you have the time to really spend in the trial and error to do this, try yourself. But I think it's probably a better use of your time as a business owner and wearing all those multiple hats, just to find an expert that's done the reps, like Alvaro, right? And is this something you do for businesses, or are you taking on more clients right now, or?
For sure. I'm currently helping more than 12 clients. We usually pick clients that are, you know, exciting projects and that see potential in them. But we also see, of course, the business owner that's interested in the project and that's on board with us. It's not just, you know, we're an agency and that's it. No, it's a mission and we're together in this, you know, with an objective. And yeah, for sure, we're helping business owners and happy to receive any type of project, for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome, brother. Like, tell me about some founders that you find that are not easy to deal with, because I'm making a video on people that I don't like working with. I fire them. It's okay to fire your clients, right? So I find that there is founders, I call them the absentee visionaries. So they just want, but they're never around. They're hard to get a hold of, and they just throw ideas. You do it, and then they want to change a million things. And I don't know, sometimes some customers, you have to fire them, you know? Talk to me about that, because that's something I'm making a video about, is how to fire the type of clients that you should fire, or like there are too many chefs in the kitchen when you're talking to one and there's like 3 owners and there's like, you don't know who's running the show.
Right.
So yeah, experiences like that.
Correct. It's as important to onboard clients as to fire clients. And if you see that clients are not performing, and of course you need to put 100% always. Because if you're not putting 100% and you fire a client, of course it's part of your fault. I always say that if you fire a client, there's always something that you could have done better to improve the relationship. There's some, you know, piece in the chessboard that you could just, you know, done differently.
Yeah.
But I think that firing a client is very powerful, and it gives you, in the other hand, confidence that really you're not just working with anybody, and you're really just working with people that deserve to work with if you can bring, of course, results. I think that working with people that don't know what they want is the worst thing that can happen to you. Yeah. I mean, people that at the beginning don't know what to sell, or we can try this, we can try that. I mean, if you know what to sell and to whom to sell it, of course, that's going to be great. But if you don't really know it, you cannot expect someone that has never heard of your company before to know the secrets of, you know, your industry. You need to give, you know, a little bit of help, and you need to have things much more clear. And if you're selling cars in Arkansas, great, you're selling cars in Arkansas, that's great. But if you don't know if you're selling trucks or cars in Arkansas or New York, I mean, you know, you really need to make sure that you know what you're doing. So I think that's the biggest problem, for sure.
Yeah, I had a friend one time. He wanted to make a song. He just reggaeton. Every Latino wants to like be Daddy Yankee or whatever.
Yeah.
And this guy is found out one of the best producers in the city in Toronto. And this guy has done like stuff for Drake, the producer, right? And he was like, whatever, $300 an hour, whatever. Books the call. He's like, I want to make a song. And the producer's like, about what? Like, what's the premise? What's it? Like, what do you want to do? So it's like that you can't just go and be like, I want to do a song, I want to do a movie. No, you need to have an idea and know where you're going and where you want to be for you to even start to delegate, right? But it's so interesting, brother. Last thing I want to wrap up with, what would you say, to everybody that's, cold email is dead, don't even bother? I don't think it's dead at all. I think it's the most sophisticated it's ever been.
Every single person that says that, then whenever they finish hearing this, they're gonna check their emails. I mean, you know what I mean?
Amazing.
It's true. I mean, it's true.
That's the best rebuttal. Yeah. That's so true.
People need to be honest with themselves, and we all see email. And if you are in the business world, you're seeing the email at least 35 times per day, at least. So of course you're gonna receive emails, and if you know how to use human behavior to make you open that email, that's gonna come. And maybe you're thinking, I would never open an email from a person selling me something. But if you have a problem that you're not aware of, and then you read something that maybe sparks your curiosity, you're gonna click. Of course you're gonna click.
Of course, yeah.
Every single person has a problem, and every single person has a company that solves their problem. You just need to, find your correct person and your correct service or product.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, not dead. And
that's I'm gonna use that right at the beginning of the video. Everybody who thinks email marketing is dead, they watch this video and they're gonna check their email. It's so true. Like, I check my email at least 50 times a day. I check my email 100%. All of them. I check my personal and my business.
Correct.
Correct. And the other, and the inbox, and the updates inbox, and the promotional. I check all of it. Amazing, brother. Well, this was great, man. We've been trying to do this for a little while. Hopefully it's not the first of many. I love working with you. I can vouch for what you do and the quality of your work. The copy is what really, really stands out to me, and obviously your knowledge. I mean, a lot of the email marketing that I do at my company, I learn it from you. Like the strategies, the email warm-ups, how to do it, how many emails to send. So yeah, man, I learned a lot. And you're 19, bro. That's insane. That's like, you're like so ahead. You're more ahead than like somebody twice your age. So you're a beast, man. For 19 years old to have this knowledge, not just on the tag, but like on human behavior, it's very impressive. So you're definitely gonna go far, man. If you're ever in Ottawa or if you're ever in Canada, let me know. I'll take you out to some nice places.
Yeah, for sure. I need to go. I'm traveling next week to Miami.
You're gonna be in Miami?
Yeah, I'm going to see Luis over there.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'd love to meet him, man. I love to see that guy. That guy is the best.
Yeah, he's the best. But yeah, I need to go over there, and you need to show me around for sure.
I'm gonna be in Texas in 3 weeks. I'm gonna be in Texas.
You need to show me around.
Yeah, man. But no, this was great, brother. We'll stay in touch, man. Thank you for being a bad hombre. You're a bad hombre, bro.
Thanks, man.
Definitely a bad hombre, man. All right. Thank you, everybody. Peace. Ciao, bro.
Thanks, man.
I'm on your side there.
Yeah. Except the guns. You don't want. I want them. Okay, sounds good, brother. So a good podcast. Never split tents.
Yeah, I think so. So